I know, I know. I know. Everything's stupid. I know. Okay. Let me clean up the background because you know how this goes. All your toys over here, son. Okay. Put that away. All right. I have everything pretty much straightened out. Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome, 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 welcome everybody to the channel. If you are new, hey Sam, if you're new, go ahead and take a second and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. If you've already hit the notification bell and you're not getting notified, back out, unsub and resub, and then hit it again and see if that works for you. Hey Jamie, go ahead you guys and give this video a thumbs up. When you guys interact with me and thumbs up videos and comment and share all that stuff, sorry, it helps my videos get put into recommended. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and comment your name and your sobriety date in the comments. Comment your name and your sobriety date in the comments. So like I was saying, my name is Nicole and I am a recovering poly addict. What that means is I was addicted to multiple substances. Actually more than 5, but my drugs of choice that if you put them out in front of me and had me choose were first methamphetamine, second roxycodone, third Xanax. But I was an alcoholic and I love to smoke pot too. So whatever I could do to change the way I feel, I was addicted to more and more and more. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of going through the motions. At the beginning, I'm going to fidget with my hair until I feel like it looks good. I just want you guys to know how excited I am that the channel is growing and that you guys are like looking forward to doing, look at my little bun. Okay, we'll leave it like that. That you guys are looking forward to doing these live streams with me because I look forward to doing them with you guys. Like, I love going live and talking with you guys. So I'm really excited about tonight. I was talking to Leah and Classy Bitch today, and I was inspired by both of them. I want to talk about boredom. I want to talk about boredom as a trigger when we're in recovery and how to fill your time with purposeful acts. I think it's really important, and I want to share with you guys how I struggled at the beginning and what I did to get myself focused and to get myself on a plan, on a regime, you know. So we're going to just take a second and wait for everybody to get here. I'm going to share this video over to Twitter. So if you guys are able to, go ahead and share this over on your Facebook. Julie, if you're in here, would you mind sharing this over on Facebook? Okay. Yeah, if any of you guys are willing to share this over there, share this over on your Facebooks if you guys can.
Mommy.
I love it.
Does this little doggy look cute? Because
that's a Great Dane.
Let's read the story tomorrow.
We'll read it tonight before we go to bed, okay? So I'm excited. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about boredom and how to fill our time with purposeful acts and how to just stay busy and also how to get acclimated to a new schedule and a new job, because I know a lot of you guys are newly sober and just getting employed, and like it's scary. It's scary when we're, you know, under a year sober, you know, 6 months, 8 months, however many months sober you are, and we're going into the job field, because I know for me, like, I was just insecure, you know? I was afraid that, am I going to do a good job? Are they going to like me? What's going to happen if I mess up? Are they going to fire me? You know, there's all these different questions that go through our minds, especially when we're new in recovery, you guys. Like, we've all done these jobs before, but the difference is that we don't have substances to lean on anymore. We don't have drugs to change the way we feel and, like, make us feel differently. Hey, Leonard. If you guys haven't already checked out my friend Leonard's channel, he's in the chat right now. It's called Her Opiate Fix, and he has a bomb channel, you guys. But, yeah, so when I was talking to Leah and Classy Bitch today, we were talking about how it's just easy to get bored, you guys, to feel like like your time. Okay, so when you go from the drug addiction life from that life where it's like chaotic drama, you're always doing something, you're always trying to boost something or hit a lick or get over on somebody, or you're always searching or getting a hold of the dope man, or you're always out partying or at somebody's house getting high. So when you convert over to the sober life, things slow down drastically. Hey, what's up, Goat Springsteen? Hey, Classy Bitch. So when we trade our lives over, when we trade in our drug addiction and say, hey, you know what, drug addiction, I'm done. I tap out. I want to live the sober life. You know what I mean? Everything changes, and it can slow down drastically to where you're like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm bored. I'm bored. You know, and that's one of the things that I hear so many people in early recovery say is recovery's boring, or I don't have anything to do, or, you know, I'm not working, so I'm just sitting at home with my family. And I understand what that's like, you guys. I have totally been there. When I first got sober, me and Neil lived here in this house, and I had no job. So this is what I had to do. I had to, let me clean, there we go. I had no job, and I didn't have a job for the first, like, 4 or 5 months that I was sober. Hey, everybody. Everybody, if you could just do this one thing for me, share this video over to another platform like Facebook or Twitter and give the video a thumbs up. Also, comment down below your sobriety date and let everybody know that recovery is possible, okay? So, put your sobriety date down below, thumbs me up, and share this video if you don't mind. Let's let each other know that we got each other's backs, you know, and recovery is possible, and that we're all making it one day at a time.
Can you tell me who writ this?
Probably Ashlyn by accident. So,
It probably writ something with it.
So that's what I wanted to talk with you guys today. I wanted to talk to you guys about boredom and about how to think differently, because is it boredom or is it peace? Is it boredom, or are we just searching for something else to fill us? And that's what we did. That's what I did when I was in my addiction, was I was constantly searching outside of myself. I need to grab this from outside of me and put it in. That will make me feel better. Or let me go find this guy over here, put him in. That will make me feel better. Oh, let me go buy some new clothes or a new purse at the mall. That will make me feel better. You know, when we convert over into a life of recovery, yeah, things slow down drastically. Sure, you're not going to have all the chaos. You're not going to have everybody like knocking down your door and trying to hang out. You're not going to be going to jail every other weekend. You're not going to get pulled over and lose your driver's license. But if we can change our perspective from looking at it as boredom to looking at it as valuable time to learn about ourselves, valuable time to become okay with being alone. For the longest time, you guys, I could not live by myself. I had to have a roommate. I had to have one of my drug buddies with me 24/7. You know why? because I couldn't stand to be alone with myself. I couldn't stand to be alone in my head. I couldn't stand to look at myself in the mirror and think all the things that I was doing to myself, all the places I took myself and put myself in compromising situations. You know, all that alone time, what it would do to me was it would make me think. And I didn't want to think. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to feel and I didn't want to think, and that's why I use drugs and alcohol. So when we get sober, we have all this time to think. And if you can use your time to reflect on your life back then and how to make changes now, it'll be great. But some people, they don't know that. They can't leave the house hardly at all. It's hard, man, but I will not relapse.
Can you help me draw a baldy?
For someone that has...
I draw the eyes of Baldy. Can you draw a Baldy for me? And draw his ruler.
His ruler? Okay.
Yeah, I draw his eyes all.
Nate, I'm doing a live, so stop.
Here.
Here's his ruler.
I draw it over there.
Oh. Where is he?
That's him.
Okay. Here's his ruler right here. Okay?
Yeah.
Streep. There you go.
Draw the sweet guy.
And here his broom. Okay, now let me do my work with everybody, okay?
Fine, sure.
Here you go. Don't you do that. That's caca. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So what about somebody who can't leave the house, okay? So somebody that has a serious social anxiety, you guys, if you can't leave your house, there's all kinds of things that you can do inside of the privacy of your own home. Like get online. There's a place called www.intherooms.com. You can go to meetings there. You can come to meetings here with me every night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time like we're doing right now, okay? Also, if you are at home, I want to advise you to get online. Order some books. Get some meditation books. Find a book. There is a book by Melanie Beattie called Codependent No More. And it is an amazing book. And most of us that struggle with addiction, we are codependent also. While you are at home, learn about you. Think to yourself. Talk to somebody else. Get a sponsor. Get a sponsor. Get another woman or man that you can talk to that's going to ask you the hard questions. That's going to say, classy bitch, why were you using? I want to know. I want to get down to the causes and conditions of why you use drugs and alcohol. Were you using because you wanted to fit in? Were you using because of some past trauma? Were you using because you were depressed? There's always something behind it.
You have to put water on a marker to make it fall better.
You know, there's always some reason behind why we would use drugs and alcohol. Usually there's either like a trauma, like maybe you were abused as a child. Okay, so to cope with life and to cope with your anxiety. Okay, and that's a lot of people do that do the same thing, girl, and you're not alone in that, you know. If you are staying at home and you're not able to leave right away, you take your time, okay? You take your time. You focus on reaching out to other people that you can talk to, okay? You focus on building yourself up, working on those meditations, working on those positive affirmations, talking to yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, okay? I don't belong here. I don't have any addiction. PSE, you don't have to stay if you don't want to, but thanks for stopping in. Love you. Filling your time is so important. When I first got sober, I still do this to this day, you guys. I have a calendar, and it has a planner, and I write down each day what I'm doing for that day, okay? Down to the hour. Like, I'm going to wake up. I got to give Nathaniel his breakfast, get him dressed, take him to school, then go to work. Like, I write it down to the hour, because if I don't, what happens is I'm kind of just like floating out in nothingness. I'm kind of, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just kind of don't have any direction. So I have to make a schedule. Because if I don't have a direction, you guys, I will get easily distracted. And when I get distracted, you know what happens. Old friends might come around. Maybe my sister my sister will come over and she'll have her purse sitting out and he'll have her Xanax inside of it, and I'll see it over there. I get easily distracted. Or maybe an old friend will stop by and say, hey girl, you want to go out with me tonight? I have to stick to a schedule, because if I don't, then I can stray away. And it really helps me to stay on track with my recovery by scheduling out my days. It's so important, especially when you're first getting sober, because if you start this schedule and start this this regimen that you're doing daily, the same thing over and over again, you're going to get into a habit. It's going to become, just like we read in the big book yesterday, a working part of your mind. It's going to be second nature to wake up and stay on task. I can't even make a schedule. No school, no work at the moment right now. Coloring books. Sam, so if you're not going to school, you're not doing anything like that, you fill your time up with going to meetings, reaching out to other women that are in recovery, get online, or like I said, you've got to be proactive, you guys. Recovery is about action, okay? You cannot sit at home and just be sober. That's not recovery, okay? Sitting at home and just being tortured in your house because you can't leave, because if you do, you'll get high. That's not recovering. Recovering is getting down and doing the work on the inside. Like for me, like I tell you guys, I'm insecure. I'm insecure about my weight. I'm full of fear. I second guess myself. Go ahead. And I know these things, and I'm aware of these things. Going to therapy, going to therapy helps me. And going to therapy once a week is amazing. That's going to be one of your greatest assets, okay? Because we have to process through all the things that we have done, A lot of shame and guilt builds up through your addiction. And it's hard, you guys. It's hard to, deal with that sometimes. Sometimes it just gets so overwhelming that you're like, what next, But what I try to do is I try to not focus on, I don't look forward. I don't look to okay, I got to stay sober for the rest of my life. I got to stay sober for 20 years. I think about it like this. I made it today. I made it today. Hold on, you guys. I got to go get Nate. Wipe his butt. I'm coming. I'm proud of you. Good job. Good. Big poo-poo. Okay. Okay. Now, you want to watch Ryan's toy review?
Yeah, that's what I was... Wait, first you have to do the white mat. Do the white mat first.
Okay. Okay.
I said do the white mat first before you put white review on.
1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. Okay, so I've been seeing her since I was... Okay, I lost my... Thank you, Goat. Isn't Nicole just precious? Thanks, you guys. I love y'all. So, but do you guys understand what I'm saying? Sitting inside of your house and just being locked up for the rest of your life, that's no way to live. That's not recovery. Recovery is working on why you picked up drugs and alcohol, why you felt the need to self-medicate, and going to the therapy, getting yourself a sponsor, working some kind of program,
I changed my mind.
Here you go.
I'll change my mind. I'll play games on my phone.
Nate, it's Mommy's phone. Now go. Now here. You know what to do. Okay. I had a terrible trigger last week. If you remember what happened. Oh, I remember, Jamie. And that's the thing, like, we're going to go through times where we're triggered, you guys. We're going to go through times where people are going to come around us that are still drinking and using. And that's when it's like, that's when you get faced with that decision. The decision is, have you came to believe that you want to make, have you came to believe that a power greater than you can restore you? And have you made that decision to say, you know what, I don't want to get high anymore? Yeah, and we have to remake that decision every morning when we wake up, you guys. We have to rededicate ourselves to sobriety every morning, okay? When I wake up in the morning, I say, you know what? Hey, higher power, guide me today. Show me how to live my life today clean. Will you help me do that? Where do you get a sponsor if you don't go to meetings? Okay, so here's the deal with sponsors or accountability partners or mentors, okay? Sponsorship goes with like AA and NA. But if you're not going to AA and NA meetings and you just need someone who can be an accountability partner, somebody that's been sober, longer than you have, and ask them, say, hey, like, will you help me stay on track? But I would really recommend, Classy B, I would really recommend for you to get involved in some kind of program online if you can. Like there's intherooms.com, there is Refuge Recovery, there's Smart Recovery, there's all kinds of different like recovery programs. And if you guys need help, I can get links to all that and list it in the description boxes from now on. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start linking all these programs in my description box. There's Celebrate Recovery, which is like through a church, but it's still an awesome program, you guys, and it's based on the 12 steps. It is a really awesome program. I worked the steps through Celebrate Recovery with my sponsor. And what they do is they give you these books, okay? So you get 4 books like this. And this one says, Stepping Out of Denial and Into God's Grace, okay? And what you do is you go through this book and you answer the questions, and that's working, and you work the steps, and you do a 4th step, and you write down all your stuff, and then you talk to your sponsor about it, and you guys, that's your 5th step. It's a lot of work, like, to write down and tell all your stuff to your sponsor, but it's the best thing I ever did, you guys, and that was through going to Celebrate Recovery. I would go to a meeting every Thursday. Okay, what does Jason say? You're so right. Triggers are a daily thing. Yeah, I made an account in the rooms, and I couldn't get any of the meetings. All of them said this is not available. Okay, so this is what I really want you to try, Classy B, to get into Celebrate Recovery. I really think that you would benefit from it. You're a Southern girl like me, and I think personally that you would really like it. But when we get off here, I'll help you find some more people to get connected with and some more sober girls to talk with, You guys know that you can always use me to talk with you. I'll answer the phone anytime. But so filling our time up, that's what we're talking about. So, okay, so her opiate fix just said something about the triggers. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, every morning when I get up, like, it's like rededicating my life. Like, okay, today I'm rededicating my life to sobriety. Like, I'm going to get up today and I'm going to do everything I can to remain sober today, and I'm going to fight every urge I have today. And that's all I can do is do what I can do today. But I have to make a conscious effort every morning to rededicate myself to fighting for my recovery. Because my drug addict mind naturally wants to go to drugs. My drug addict mind wants to go, oh yeah, I need to get high today. Or I need some relief. Or I don't have enough energy. Or I'm so fat, I wish I could lose weight. Like, I go through this stuff in my mind all the time. Hey, Leah, we're talking about boredom and how to fill our time with purpose. And we're talking about how to, like, get on a schedule. And I wanted to talk about this because when you messaged me today about your job. So Leah is going to be going back to work soon, you guys. And she was asking me today about how it was for me transitioning from being off and, just chilling to, hey, Rock and Roberta, to, getting back in this swing of going to work and stuff. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys was building my schedule and like having that hourly planogram. That's how I got myself ready to transition into work. So I had my little planner. I was planning my days out. And then when I got hired at my job, it was easy because I had this habit of planning my days out. So all I did was take out a couple hours at the beginning, stick in work, and then, fill in behind it. It's going to be probably one of the greatest things that helps you if you are new in your recovery and you are struggling with being bored at the house or thinking about using. It's going to be a huge asset to you if you can get yourself on a schedule. Reach out to some other people that are going out and doing stuff in sobriety. Reach out to some people that you hang out with that are at AA or NA meetings, church, Celebrate Recovery, people that you work with that don't use and drink. There's a lot of people out there, you guys, that are sober, that are living their life right, that are doing the right thing, that aren't getting high. You know what I'm saying? I was so afraid to go out when I first got sober. Okay, I was afraid to go do anything. I was afraid to go to the store. Because I was afraid I was going to run into my dealer. Okay, I was afraid that I would run into him and he would have dope and I would buy it. I was so afraid, you guys. But we can't live our lives like that. We can't live our lives afraid to go out because we'll run into the dope man. So that's why every morning we have to make a conscious effort to rededicate our lives to our sobriety. Every morning when we wake up, we have to say, okay, I'm up. I'm turning my wheel over. I am dedicating my life to sobriety today. And that's all I got to do is stay sober today. And I know that it's like, why does she keep telling us that we have to like turn our will over? Why does she keep on telling us that we have to make a conscious effort? Because when we were in our addictions, you guys, we didn't make any kind of conscious nothings. We just ran on autopilot. And so when we get sober and we're living in recovery, the mindfulness that we were talking about yesterday is it's so important. It's crucial because we have to start like seeing what we're doing, okay, so lately here, I've been trying to be really mindful of what I stick in my mouth, what I eat. So what I'm doing is almost like I'm watching myself from outside of myself. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that my time where I go and I'm munching the most is in the evening, like we talked about yesterday, after 6 p.m. And I've kind of been rocking and watching myself from the outside looking in. And that has been helping me, but I've had to be mindful of that. So just like I'm mindful about my eating habits now, it's like we have to be mindful about our addiction, because that was a habit that we had formed. Drug addiction and using drugs is something that we practiced for so many years. So when we get sober now, we don't know how to live. We don't know how to live on a schedule. We don't know how to get up on time for work and go to a job and act right. Like, we have to retrain ourselves to do all those things. So when I first got sober, I filled my time with going to meetings 24/7. I was at a meeting 3-4 times a week. And that's what helped me so much, you guys, because I was out meeting people and staying connected with my sponsor and other women. Now that I've been in recovery and working through the steps for a couple of years, I have pulled back and I'm more of a homebody, but I'm still like in my recovery and doing things to work on myself. You know what I mean? Like doing things to build my self-esteem and build my self-worth. Like these things, like these classes that we're doing or meetings or whatever you want to call this is a huge deal for me. This is like, I eventually one day want to have like a recovery coach service where I can help people get help all over the world. You know, it's a huge like goal, mission of mine to one day be able to help so many different people, you know, and because I love helping other people. I love doing things to help. It just, helping makes my life, my heart burst, you know? Okay, Jamie, so I did the same thing, and that's why I am the size I am, because, love you, Jason. I'm going to call you when I get done, or I'll text you when I get done, okay? When I got sober, I would fill my time, that boredom, with snacking on things I didn't need to snack on. And that's what happens to us, you guys. Ask Roberta about the candida. She had a candida overgrowth in her stomach. And what happens when we're opiate addicts, it's like our bodies want that sugar. Our bodies are trying to grab something to fill us up, to make us feel better, you know. I'm telling you, the boredom for me was really difficult, you guys. Like, I totally understand what you guys are going through. I spent a lot of time in Facebook recovery groups. That has helped me so much. Oh, thanks, Her Opiate Fix. You know, and I love you guys so much, and I just want to help you guys so much, you know, and help other people, and meeting new people through my channel it's sparked this passion inside of me. It sparked this passion inside of me, and I mean, I have found what makes me happy. Hey, Tabitha, welcome to the crew, girl. We are so glad to have you. My name is Nicole, and I'm a recovering addict, and this is the crew. We have nightly kind of little meetings over here. We talk about different topics and just whatever, you know, we feel like talking about. And I've been going through my own personal struggle, you know, with my family, with my husband, you guys, and what I've learned is that I have to make sure I take care of my recovery. Because if I don't take care of me in my recovery, and I don't stay focused on what's important, and that's me staying sober, then everything around me will fall apart. I can't save anybody. I can't make anybody want to be sober. I can't make anyone willing. And that's one thing that I've learned, is that willingness to change, it's a gift that will come eventually, you know, and it comes for all of us at different times. You know, I relapsed so many times, all the time. And that doesn't mean that I didn't want to be sober. That doesn't mean that you don't want to be sober. That doesn't mean that you don't want recovery. You know, it's just that some of us have to go through what we have to go through. We have to experience all those heartaches and hard times and degrading, demoralizing situations to really understand and not want to go back. On this channel, and I'm glad you're here, Tabitha. We're here for you, girl. When I first got sober and I first started kind of trying to help other people, you guys, I cared about their recovery more than they cared about their own recovery, you know, and I would find myself exhausted and so sad and stalking people, trying to get them to go to meetings, you know, like really, really, really wanting recovery for them more than they wanted it for themselves. And what I've learned today is that my job is to be the messenger. My job is to carry that message to you and deliver it. And if you want to accept it, then you will accept this message, you know? And I'm here to help with anything, suggestions. If you're struggling and you're like, I don't know what to do with myself, I don't know where to go, you know, you are in the right place, girl. we want you to. I saw one of your comments on my video. It got held for review for some reason, and I think it said you were like a year and 7 months sober, I think, and something about your husband, I want to say, or somebody related to you that passed away from a drug overdose. And I'm so sorry. Like, I know how hard that is to go through losing somebody that's close to us, and the disease of addiction. That's what it does. It rips through the lives. In the big book, it talks about the disease of addiction being like a tornado. Okay? And it goes through everybody's life. It goes through knocking everything out. It takes down the house. It takes down the trees. It throws the dog over here. The whole place will just be ripped to shreds. Okay? That's the disease. And then the addict will come out from the rubble and go, well, the wind stopped blowing. But all around them, there will be just chaos and just wrecked everything. And that's what our disease does. That's what we are, like a tornado ripping through people's lives, you know? And then when we get sober, we expect everybody to go, you know, yay, they're sober. But you guys, like, think about all the things we did to hurt and harm our family members, and we got to show them through our actions that we're serious about changing our lives, you know, and that we're not going to go back. When I first got sober, I was like so upset because I felt like my family wasn't like excited enough that I had changed my life, and it really, really bothered me. And then I remember my sponsor telling me, well, how many times have you told them you were going to change your life, Nicole? How many times have you gotten sober and then relapsed? I can't even tell y'all how many times. That's how many times it was. How many treatment centers have you been to? How many cars have you wrecked? How many jobs have you lost? How many lies have you told? You know, recovery is about action. That's how we show it. That's how we do it. We have to live it. We have to walk it. You know? I am so sorry, Tabitha, and I want you to know that we are all here for you. Grieving is so hard, especially when we're like, you know, in our recovery, because what happens is we have all these emotions that are flooding in. And tell me if this is how you feel. When I just lost a friend recently to suicide, and when she died, I was sad, then I was angry, then I was hysterical, and then I was angry again, and then I felt this immense guilt. This guilt. Why couldn't I have done more? What if I could have said something to change it? And I want you to know, Tabitha, that you did everything that you could have done and not to feel guilty, because all we can do is carry the message and live our lives in recovery and show through our actions. And hopefully our loved ones and the people that we care about that are still in active addiction, hopefully they will see us living our life and changing. Hey, Avalon. And they will want to come over too. I think about this all the time. I think about losing someone all the time. You know, Neil struggles, you guys. He struggles with his recovery. And that is one of my biggest fears, is losing him to this disease. I can't let my life be ruled by fear, though, you know, because when I let my life be ruled by that fear, then I take it out on him, you know, and I need to let him recover and live his life. But it's so hard, you guys, because I just want us to get it. I just want him to get it. I just want you to get it. I just want us all to get it. And that's why, you guys, I am so like I'm serious about being open-minded and not judging people on their pathways to sobriety, whether it be medically assisted treatment, you know, whatever your pathway is. I don't judge, because I would rather have you here than dead. I would rather have you on maintenance medication than dead in the grave. I would rather have you on some kind of naltrexone for alcohol than dead from an alcohol seizure or heart attack. See? And this is what the bigger picture is about. And I think that a lot of people don't understand. Like, this is life and death. You know? If we don't stay sober, we don't get our lives together, we'll die. We'll die. You know? Jamie, I know, and I can totally relate to you feeling like that because I struggle with that same fear. But you know what I've learned? That me being full of fear and trying to control him and trying to control and like force recovery on him or force my way of recovery on him, you know what he does? He pulls away. He pulls away from it. So, what I do now is I just pray. I pray for God to place a man in his path who has strong recovery and who can be someone that Neil can look up to. Because that's all I can do, you guys. Like, and that's all you can do, Jamie, is pray that God will place someone in your husband's path who will be somebody that he can follow behind, that will show him how to live clean, that will show him how to live his life one day at a time. Because it's all new to all of us. It's a learning process. When we get sober, you know, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to stay clean. I'd never stayed clean before, you know. Even my fiance has the nerve to say that's not being sober. And that's the thing, Sam, like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And if you need to get on something, girl, to help you with your alcohol intake, you know there's medication for alcoholics. It's called antabuse. And if you drink while you're on that shit, ooh, girl, you get so sick. You will get so sick. You should, that would be so perfect for you, Sam. That would help you to stop drinking. So how do I fight my addiction with him in the other room getting high? Okay, Jamie, I'm gonna tell you like it is, okay? I'm gonna tell you like it is, girl. You need to get the fuck out of there. You need to kick his ass out, or you need to take all your shit and leave. Because you know what? That is basic. Okay. So am I, Tabitha. Welcome to the crew, and so is a lot of other people in here. You got to get out of there, girl. That's right, goat. And I'm saying this out of love for you, Jamie, and I know what it's like because I've been there. If Neil decides to make a dumbass decision, he don't come here. You know why? He already knows the tea. If he came in this house with drugs, I would beat his ass. You got to make it unacceptable. You got to make it uncomfortable for him. Okay? He can't be coming in there doing that in your house. This is what you do, girl. You got to set these boundaries, Jamie, because no, you do not allow him to be doing that in the house. If he wants to get high, he can take his ass on somewhere else. Because what he's doing, he's shitting where he sleeps. That's not, no, you need to hold his ass accountable, okay? Do not allow him to do that in your home anymore. Jamie, I know how hard this is. I know that everybody's like, oh, you got to leave him. Oh, you got to do this. Meet me halfway. Set the boundary. Tell him, you cannot come here and use in this house any longer. If you're going to be using drugs, you have to leave. I know it's hard to do that. I know it's scary. I know that I want to leave so bad, but I have nowhere to go and he won't leave. Even my kids want him to leave. Okay. Jamie, I hear what you're saying, that you have nowhere to go. And I've been in that predicament before where I didn't have any help. And I stayed in a situation just like you're in. And it was a dangerous situation for me.
Why do you smell popcorn?
Because I popped you some popcorn.
But are they not cheesy?
Nope, it's just plain. Here you go.
Hey, I love plain.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let me get a bowl. Hold on, you guys. I gotta get Nate popcorn. He smelled it, y'all. He smelled it, little popcorn monster. Lecka, lecka, hi, lecka, hiney, ho. There you go. Love you. Jamie, what's gonna happen, baby girl, if you don't get him up out of that, out from away from you, is you're gonna cave, and you're gonna end up like relapsing, and you're already having so much on your plate. If you have to, girl, I mean, I know this sounds so shady, but fucking call the police on his ass. Make his ass get removed from there. Because he's putting you and your children in danger. Okay, baby girl? And everything, and let me just go ahead and say this right now. Anything that we talk about in this group does not leave this group. Do you guys understand? So I don't want nobody doing nothing, okay? We're here to help Jamie and give her suggestions, okay? I know that it's hard, but Jamie, you got to think about it like this, okay, girl? You got to think about it like this. You are the only person that your kids got, okay? And you have to be the one who is thinking logically here, all right? So you have to protect them, all right? And I know that they're safe with you. I know that, I'm sure that you have them, you know, I know that they're safe right by you. But you have to think in the grand scheme of things, you know? We've got to get you out of there. We got to get you out of there. To him, or had anything to do with him. Okay, Jamie. So here's the deal, Jamie. So you don't have, so let's think about this. Do you not have any family? Any family? Who's paying your rent? Because I don't want to say go to a shelter or something, because you have a home. And this what makes it so hard, you guys, because situations like this, where you have a significant other that's using and you're not, and you both are in recovery. Okay, here's how, like, I have told my significant other, this is what I do, and just, he pays the rent. All my family lives in Indiana. Have you thought about contacting your family in Indiana and having a heart-to-heart with them and talking to them and telling them, hey, I'm sober now, and the husband doesn't want to get sober. He's not trying to change, and I need to get out of this situation. You know, there's nothing wrong with, like, needing help. I feel like so many times we think that we can't say anything, you know, that we can't ask for help. With my husband, when he was doing the hokey pokey, the back and forth, I just flat out told him, like, you can't come in this house. I called his mom, and I told her, if he comes here, I'm going to call the police. And so he went to his mom's house. You know, he's back on track now, doing great. It's been about a month. But My main priority, and as the mother of Nathaniel, is to protect my son and to make sure that he's safe at all times. And with what I've been through in my past with the Department of Human Services, I don't play. And I know that you're in between a rock and a hard place right now, Jamie. Like, I know it, girl. I've been there. But it's time to reach out. It's time to reach out to your family. If he's not going to change, do you want to stay with him? You know what I mean? Do you want to stay in that relationship where he's getting high and you're sitting there raising the kids? Do you think that if you offered him treatment, would he go? Because I can help you find him treatment. Hey, Chrissy. Huh? Okay. Jamie, sign up for the Uber. Get paid every day. Okay, you hear what her opening fit says? There's always a way. You know, if you want to make a way, you can do this, girl. You're not alone. We're all here cheering you on. I know we don't live close, and I hate that. That's the only thing I don't like about this. Because if we all lived by each other, I'd be like, come on over, hang out over here. You know? Come sleep on the couch, girl.
You put more chocolate milk in here?
Mm-hmm.
First, do you want me to drink all of it?
Yeah. So he's not ready to get honest yet. And your family is just that type. Okay, girl, well, like her opiate fix said, you know what you got to do. And I know you're a strong woman. You can do this. Get yourself a little job working for Uber. Go rent yourself a little one-bedroom efficiency. And hightail it out of there, girl.
I drank enough, but I didn't drink all of it, okay?
I know it's hard. I know it's hard, man. Yeah, and if you have to, like Jason said, stack some paper up while you can. Hide out. Keep your kids close to you. Don't fool with him, and stack up some money and then get out, girl. Because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to show him, if you're not willing to change, I'm out. And then if he sees you and he says, wow, she's not playing, she's leaving me, then maybe that will inspire him to make a change. But while you're sitting there and basically like co-signing what he's doing by letting him be there in the house, and you know what I'm saying? He thinks that he's just getting over, you know? And so what you're going to have to do is make him realize what he's got, because it's going to be gone. You know what I mean? Right, Jason, that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like I know for me and Neil when we were using, yeah. And Jamie, like, that's the best thing that you can do, girl, because you want to make sure that you make the best decision for you and your kids, and that you guys can keep yourselves safe and together. Okay? I really want you to message me on Instagram or email me, because I feel like you need to be in contact with somebody every day, once a day. Talk to me or Jason or someone that you need to be in contact with daily. Because what happens if you wake up one morning and he's hiding there and he's like, hey girl, come on in here and I'll get you. Like, you could relapse. It's just so hard. I know that you're probably not even thinking about doing that or wanting to do it, but it's like having that, it's like having temptation in the next room over. You know, it's like a fire's burning next door and you don't have a extinguisher to put it out. We'll all be here cheering you on. Right, see? And don't ever be ashamed, you guys. Like, if you're going through some shit at your house and you don't want to talk about it on here, you can always message me privately. Like, anything we talk about will never go outside of where we talk about it. Good. These are the kind of things that happen, you guys, when we are in relationships with recovering addicts, you know. I've been going through the same thing for a while now and really working hard on laying out those boundaries. One of the hardest things for me to do was to tell Neil he couldn't come here, you know, when he was acting out. And this is his parents' house. And for his mom to back me up on that was a huge step, you know, in the right direction for our relationship. It was a huge thing. So those boundaries that we learn to set are hella important, and you can do it. Jamie, I'm so proud of you for opening up and just talking about what you've been going through. I know it's hard, girl. I know how it is. Oh, I hate that. I hate that fear because I know what it feels like, and it eats your whole, it's like eats your stomach alive. What's up, Chrissy? That's right, and that's how you talk. You talk about, I'm going to do this. I will do this. I'm eating popcorn. So, I'm so proud of everybody for participating tonight, you guys. Like, thank you so much. This has been a good meeting tonight. Yes, Chrissy, you say no. You don't take no candy from strangers. So, okay, so listen to this, guys. I gotta run something by y'all. So, y'all know that I record on my phone, okay, which is a old Galaxy S7, I think. And y'all know that I don't do GoFundMes. And I don't have a Patreon yet. So, I did put my PayPal link in the description box of this video. And I'm not asking anybody to donate, okay? But I'm just saying that I put it there in case I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to help my channel so I can buy a camera, so I can record. And I was like, so I know that I want to make a Patreon. And so I looked into that, and I'm kind of filling out all this stuff. But I feel so like, oh gosh, I feel weird even saying anything about it. Because okay, so I was looking up cameras, you know, and cameras are like hella expensive. So this one that I want is a Sony G60 or something like that. It's like a vlogging camera, and it's got the little flip screen and a little plug-in thing. But I don't even want to like edit or anything like that. I just want to be able to get a camera so I can make better videos, you know? And I can have like a little tripod and set it up like professional, you know? And anyway, I put that link in there. If you guys or anybody you know wants to help, like just, you know, whatever. And I would always come on and show you guys, like when I do get the camera, if we end up like raising enough money to do it, I will show my camera to you guys. And I will, I was even thinking about, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Patreon, I think. And what I'm going to do, or tell me this, do you guys think I should do a Patreon, or do you think I should just leave that PayPal link up? And then for each person that donates, like, I don't know, I could do something, I don't know. I want to do a good or a service for you. Like, I don't want to just ask for money. So I'm trying to think, like, should I do t-shirts? I could make like really cool shirts that say like, I don't know, Recovery Fam on them. Or do a Patreon, and then it would like have special like just videos for that Patreon, and they could be like really intense like videos about, you know, like addiction and recovery, or I don't know. I really I want to do something more with my channel, you know.
Where's my chocolate milk?
Did I not give it to you? Oh, here. I want to do something more with my channel, but in order to do those things, like my channel isn't monetized right now because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes money.
Can you come upstairs with me because I'm lonely up there?
Yeah. It takes money to, you know, get up off the ground and do all these special things. And so I thought, since my channel was growing, maybe people would want to help with everything, you know, but I understand. You want a t-shirt? Okay. So let's talk about these t-shirts. I follow this girl named Ashley, Attley, A-T-T-T-L-E-Y, here on YouTube, and she does these handmade, they're hoodies, and she does them tie-dyed. Oh, that would be awesome, her opiate fix, yes. Oh, yes, Sandra, thank you. So what I was thinking is I could do hoodies, you guys, and they could be, I mean, I'm talking like custom hoodies, okay? And what I was thinking about, like ordering a bulk amount of like navy blue, nice, like those soft material hoodies, and then like tie-dyeing them, like bleach splatters, like really custom. You know how they're doing now with like the distressedness and stuff? And if the girls wanted, I could crop them for you. Hold on, baby, I'm coming. I could crop them, and then we could get something really cool. Like I could do something like in like a really cool font across the front, or if I have any artists here on the channel, we could just make like a little emblem for our group for Real Talk Recovery. And we could just have like a little emblem right here on the side of the hoodie, but it would be like a custom distressed hoodie. Okay? That's like tie-dye, or I will send you, if you guys will get online and look at this girl on YouTube, she has a merch store, and they're like, she distresses her hoodies by herself, and they are so cool looking. So cool. And but they sell for like $50, you know, because they're badass. And then for the guys, like if you guys wanted to, we could do hats, like the flat bill hat, you know, flat bill hats, snapbacks. But I want to think of like a what is it, a monogram or a little symbol for Real Talk Recovery, like, I don't know, Real Talk Recovery. Could it be like a megaphone that says Real Talk Recovery on it? Or okay, Nate, stop. Nathaniel, stop it. You made a mess over here. Look at this.
I didn't do that.
Bye, Jason. But you guys, y'all hear what I'm saying. I'm just trying to think of different ways to like build up my channel without just being like, hey, donate, you know? So, okay, so here's what we're going to do now.
Shelby, you better not do that.
we're going to do a quick story time. I don't think I've ever told you guys a story time. This one is about me calling the police on myself. Y'all are going to die. So, Nate, you spilled popcorn all downstairs.
I didn't do that. That was Paco, I did.
Okay. So one night, I was over at my friend Chaz's house. Yeah, Chaz. And we had been up for like 4 or 5 days.
Fine, I did that.
I know.
Do you forgive me?
I do forgive you.
This is wrath.
I know. And we were at his house. Oh, I think I've told you guys the story where he had like trash everywhere. It was like one of those hoarder houses. And it was horrible, you guys. Horrible. And it was me, Neil, this guy named Barrett, and Chaz. And me and Chaz were like pilfering. And what I mean by, y'all know what pilfering is, like when you're just going through everything. And we were in the back room, and all of a sudden I hear this knock, 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 knock. And I'm imagining it. It's not really happening, but I'm hallucinating. And I'm like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And he's like, I did hear that. And I'm like, somebody's trying to get in. Somebody's trying to get in. So Chaz calls the police and tells them somebody's trying to break into our house. When I kid you not, you guys, the police got to our house. They knock on the door. Neil drops the pipe on his ankle, and he burned all the way through his ankle, like almost to his bone. He has a huge scar this big, and he had to stick it in his sock because the police were coming inside. The police came inside and searched all around the house, all around the backside, and then they're like, ma'am, sir, there's nobody out there. Everything's fine, and left. But I cannot tell you how many times I would get spooked like that and then call the police, you know, because I was scared that somebody was out there. Stupid. But anyway, I love you guys. I had a great stream with y'all tonight. I feel like we really got just a lot. We got a lot off our chests, and we all talked about some good things. And like I said, I'm going to go into my computer and list links for meetings, for AA meetings and NA meetings, and Smart Recovery and Refuge Recovery. And I'll link all that stuff in the description box from now on, so that way you guys will have some more resources, okay? But if you guys need resources, if you need treatment, if you're looking for help, anything like that, you could always reach out to me on Instagram. I don't work for any treatment center. I'm not working for anybody. I'm just me. But I will go out of my way to help you find help if you need help. If you're looking for treatment, I will help you find somewhere to go. I will not leave you alone. Okay? I know how scary it can be. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to not know where to start. Okay? The first place you got to start is reach out for help. Just reach out, okay? After that, we can handle the rest. Reach out for help and say, I'm an addict. I need help. All right? I love you guys. I hope everybody has a great night. I'll see you here in the morning for morning meditation at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then I'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for another meeting. All right. Bye.